Ryan here, Jobert there. Let's talk a little Battlefield 1 beta. It's ongoing right now. You've been playing a ton of it, more than anybody else in the office, which is why you are here. So I want to hear, everybody wants to know, what are you thinking of it so far? This is a big release.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It definitely feels like a Battlefield game, but it's been able to differentiate itself a little bit from Battlefield 4 and even Battlefield 3. Maybe a little slower pace, but
Yeah.
that's probably intentional considering the time period that it takes place in.
Right.
It doesn't feel as vertical as some of the other ones, as some of the other Battlefield games, primarily because the map that they gave us for the beta is like a flat desert with just a few buildings that are like 2 stories at the most or so.
Yeah, the horses are in there, right?
Yeah, yeah. The horses, which I feel like was kind of a weird addition. A lot of people got kind of hyped for horses, which I thought was kind of weird.
Hashtag hype for horses.
But I actually had a lot of fun doing the horse stuff. It's pretty hard, at least for me playing on PS4, to hit anything with the gun while riding the horses. But when I draw the saber out, it's something satisfying about riding people down and just
Hell yeah.
cutting them in half. Well, you don't really cut them in half, but you whack them in the head and they go down.
Figuratively
Yeah,
cutting them in
yeah,
half.
yeah. So that's been surprisingly fun for me.
So obviously the big deal with Battlefield 1 is the fact that it's going back in time, which no major first-person shooter's done in a while. Do you think the time period helps the game, hurts the game, or just doesn't really make a difference in the scheme of multiplayer?
In the scheme of multiplayer, I think in a lot of ways, I think if I look at it as like a genre thing, I can't really see this but help the genre, because I feel like with other first-person shooters nowadays going more futuristic and tossing in more and more abilities that are supposed to augment you
Right.
as a soldier, here it's stripping everything down to like its basics. You shoot, you can heal, you can throw ammo packs just like with the other Battlefield games, but that's kind of about it. Like the Battlefield multiplayer feel is still there without throwing on a lot of stuff on the surface that some people might find unnecessary, which is, to me, in a way, refreshing to go backwards into this World War I time period that no one's really touched on in a while, at least.
What are you most looking forward to in seeing in the final version of the game?
You know what I want to see more of, or at least experience more of, is these cinematic moments in the multiplayer that aren't scripted. Like,
Yeah.
for example, when enemies throw smoke grenades and there's dust everywhere and you see like your whole team just running through the dust. That stuff,
cool.
like, I love that stuff. And that's stuff that's not scripted. It's not decided for you what the outcome is going to be. It's organic, and that's what I love about the Battlefield games going forward. So I really hope that all the maps will provide some kind of, cinematic, organic experience.
Well, as of now, there's been no end date put on the beta just yet. They had a very rough first day, but everybody's playing now. So jump in while you can. We're going to be covering a lot more of the Battlefield 1 beta, and then, of course, onto the final release, the single-player campaign, and the rest of the multiplayer. Jobert, thank you so much. For much more on everything in the world of Battlefield, keep it tuned right here to IGN.